Most of all, as a buyer, you got to fight for your right to have clauses. Okay, so today it's all about clauses. But I want to ask you one question. Have you ever tried jumping out of a airplane with no parachutes? I tried it once. I tell you, it was an experience. But the plane was on the ground. Yeah. But you jumping out of a moving airplane with no parachute is the same thing as agreeing to any transaction in real estate with no clauses. The seller don't want clauses. Nah. But the buyer, as a buyer, you fight for your right to have clauses. It's as simple as that. However, clauses are designed to protect sellers and buyers. But most sellers will rather take a firm deal than take a deal with a bunch of clauses. And I'm going to walk you through what clauses are, the types of clauses, why you need clauses, and what you need to do when you forget to add a much needed clause. The name is still Yemi. Thanks for joining me for this video. It's going to be an interesting one. Do not try to jump out of a airplane without parachute. That's a disclaimer right there. All right. So what are clauses? Clauses are just conditional statements that you have to include in your deal right from the get-go. These statements are designed to protect, like I said, buyers and sellers, but they also outline the deal moving forward. They outline the rights, the responsibilities, and the obligations of both parties from the beginning to the end of a deal. Sometimes these clauses, they outlive a deal. Yeah, in some cases, they outlive the deal. And when the deal's done, like something like an escape clause, when the deal is done, that clause can be activated years down the line for one party to get out of the whole setup in case things change. Let me tell you a little about that one. I did a commercial deal and we had an escape clause only because this guy was taking 2 units and he wasn't too sure about the traffic in that location. So the landlord agreed for us to put an escape clause there. 2 years down the line, he still liked the location, but he went down from 2 units to 1 unit. And now he's making more money, is more relaxed running his business, and everything worked out for both parties. What are the types of clauses? There are lots of clauses. Like we said, the escape clause, we have the finance clause, inspection clause, appraisal clause. In fact, inspection and appraisal clauses can be used to renegotiate deals, depending on how you design your clause. Inspection, appraisal, finance, escape, rights of first refusal by tenants, conditional on sale of buyer's property clause, chattel and fixtures clauses, permit clauses. There are a bunch of clauses out there. But most of all, agents must be comfortable creating their own clauses to protect clients. And that's the best part of clauses. Clauses are just statements. What are the effects of you forgetting to include a much needed clause? This is the tricky part of it, because now the deal has been accepted and you realize, oh my gosh, we forgot a clause. If the relationship between the agents are good, you can always talk about it. If it takes a renegotiation, you do that, and then you seal it up with an amendment. That's the easiest route you can take. The other routes are not that great. There's mutual release. Sometimes the issue at hand might be too big that both parties want to go their separate ways. You can mutually release each other. Legal actions are the last resort for fixing problems like this because someone has to be held responsible. Too much is better than too little, only when it comes to clauses. So, as a buyer, most of all, as a buyer, sellers also need clauses to protect them. But most of all, as a buyer, you got to fight for your right to have clauses. Please subscribe right here and like. I like the comments coming in. The last video got a few more comments than all the other videos so far. Please make comments and let me know how you're receiving this videos. All my videos, I'm trying to gear them towards giving you the information you need before you do any deals, so that when you go into deals, even if it's not with me, you have questions that can help out your agent in addressing issues that you would naturally not know anything about. So watch my videos, know more about issues, and the next deal you get into will be a much smoother deal. I'll see you at the top.